Hello, Houston. Welcome back to Dabang Power Hour. My name is Afsheen. I'm your host for today, and we have here again today. She had to take a leave. Um, Adrienne Norman, you're very much missed. I can't do this without you. Don't take another day off. I'm telling you, girl. So we have our guest today. Our guest for today is Shad Bogany, which is actually a real estate agent as well. He's running for a District C in Missouri City. And again, we have Shah Haleem. So,
Thank
how are
you.
you
Well,
guys? How are you guys doing today?
Thank you very much for having me come out.
Great. And what do you think of the weather today? We're getting this cold front and then hotness. What do you think of this weather? I think it's really fun having this coldness coming back for this holidays.
Well, it's Texas weather.
I think unpredictable.
Yeah, it's unpredictable.
So, can you tell me about yourself, Shad?
Yes, Athena, I am a real estate broker, and I've practiced over 40 years in the city of Houston. I'm probably one of the very few real estate brokers whose college degree was in real estate from the University of North Texas.
That's very nice.
And so I've loved doing what I do. It's not a job, it's a career because you practice, you learn. Every day is a different day. And so I've been doing a lot in real estate. I'm past chairman of the Texas Association of Realtors.
Very nice.
I'm past chairman of Houston Association of Realtors. I used to sit on the board of Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs for 7 years
Wow.
as a board director there, which governs all the housing for the state of Texas. I'm currently Fort Bend Housing Finance Corporation president, so we bring housing to Fort Bend County, down payment
too.
assistance. So those are some of the things that I do. And now I'm in a new adventure. The
I
new
see.
adventure is running for Missouri City Council District
And I believe
C.
you're in the runoffs right now.
I'm
right?
in the runoff.
Wow.
And so I am now running for this position, and all my career that I've given to real estate industry, from whether it's national, statewide, or local, I now want to give it to the community that I live in.
Wow, that's amazing, amazing to hear, Shad. And I'm so happy that you're here with us and with sharing your insights on real estate as well as the politics. I think and having our partner here, Shah Haleem, I think we're gonna have some fun talking about some real estate and some politics here.
Yes, we will.
Shad, since you've been in the real estate for so long,
Mhm.
tell me about the market. What do you feel about the market? A lot of people have been asking. Do you do residential only, commercial,
I
or
specialize in residential.
residential? So what do you feel about the market right now? Because I know it's been kind of up
Well,
and down.
I'm going to say that I would probably say the market is good.
It's good.
We
Okay.
still don't have enough houses to sell. We still have more buyers than we have sellers. And so I would say the price point has been flat.
Okay.
We're not seeing overbidding on houses. I would say appreciation has been slow, 1-2% this year. But overall, it's a great market. And if you compare it to if you're renting
Yeah.
and you compare it to the rental, you're going to come out better in buying a home. And a lot of people have been concerned about the interest rate, but
Yes.
you're just dating the interest rate.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing. And the moment it changes, you will go and divorce that interest rate
Yeah.
and get married again to a lower rate. But to put it in perspective, and I think a lot of people don't realize this, I was selling real estate when interest rates were 18%, and
Right.
we were selling houses all day long.
Yeah.
And I remember the second house I bought, I got an 11% interest rate, and me and my wife was turning cartwheels as we went down this hallway. We got 11%. We got 11%. So
At that time, it was low
It-
for that market.
right. So, I put it in perspective. If you wait till the rate goes down, prices are going to be up. And so you really need to get in, take advantage of it. I think one of the biggest concerns that I see in residential, everybody wants the big house. Everybody wants, and it's a step-by-step process.
Yeah.
So you start with your first home, you be there a while, build up your equity, move it to the second house till you get what you want.
Yeah.
And so,
So rate
that's
is
my
just a
overdoing.
mind game, I guess.
Right,
I would
it
say,
is.
I think that too. What do you say? I think you're an investor, I believe.
That's what I've done. I mean, I even quit my corporate job to go into real estate, even with a college degree and a bunch of educations.
Mhm.
So I got into real estate in 2003.
Oh.
But I've been an investor since I was in college, and back in '99, right, my first deal.
So you as an investor, what do you feel
So
about the
I was
market?
playing racquetball with this at 24 Hour Valleys at the time in Daryl Mayfield.
I know Dale. Yeah, I know
So
Dale.
Daryl and I play what you call. I was a young guy. Daryl and play racquetball. He go like, I'm a real estate agent. I said, what is that? I can help you find a deal. So he go find me my first deal on Bel Air and Turtlewood in
Oh, wow.
condo for $27,000.
I know exactly where that is.
Yeah, and next year I sell that for $42,000. I'm like, that's a lot of money. I never seen that kind of big chicken in my whole life together. And we bought the next deal. And so I said, Daryl, I'm gonna get my. So he was like, why don't you a good realtor? Get your license, man. So he told me where to go, and I went to real estate school. Anyhow, so let me tell you what I have fast moving forward, right? So we have over 100 properties, right? 100. So we're blessed, right? And so rate has never been an issue for us. There are people I know have 1,000 deals, 1,000 real estate doors. It's no big deal. You just want to keep growing and growing, okay? So I tell you one thing from my own experience. When my son was born in 2007, I purchased a property for his education. And I paid 2007, he was born. I bought it in the same year. He was born in June. I bought the property in July. The same year, same neighborhood. I was living in Lakemont for $145,000.
Okay.
After that, market crashed in 2008, 9, 10. Property went down, right? But the only thing I have ever paid was 20% down, which is like $28,000 ever in my life. And then the property has never been vacant more than a day for the last 16 years.
Wow.
And now it's worth $400,000.
Oh wow.
And it's been paid off by the tenants.
That's good.
And I'm
That's the
renting
way to
it
do
for
it.
$3,043 on housing, and I have no payments, and that's for his college money.
Right.
So I can reverse mortgage it. I can refinance it, and I can pay for it each month, or I can just sell it, or I can just use $3,000 a month for his education for the rest of his life. That's his house. I told him. My son was born. Another son was born in 2009. So I bought a house for him in Cinco Ranch. $470,000 brand new home. For $170,000, right? And he's been renting for, and to raise the rent. People are pretty good. Been for 7 years. I didn't touch it. So his teacher renting it for $2,200 a month for past 6-7 years.
Oh wow.
So she's a teacher for KDISD, and I know she doesn't make a whole lot of money. So I didn't raise the rent on her. I can go up at $2,700.
So is that what you do? You buy properties and rent them out? Is that what
That
you're
is exactly what I do. I don't buy houses necessarily anymore. More into multifamilies.
Okay, multifamilies.
But I do have, nice size portfolio of single home. So that's the nicest investment you can have. And most of my properties are on Section 8.
Yeah.
And
I was just gonna ask you, what do you think about Section 8? Because I've been getting a lot of questions about Section 8. They used to be very popular in the days. But it seems like it's all coming back now because the housing has, I think the pricing have gone up.
Yeah.
The money that they're giving out, and it's
housing. Those of you who are buying real estate, and the property values are high, you don't get 1% ratio on your return on rental to cover your mortgage.
Right.
But housing will help you compensate that loss because the housing usually paid 20-25% higher than the market rate.
Right.
So same house, for example, apartment I can get 800. On a housing, I get for 1,100. So that's like almost 25% more.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do anything except housing. It's a little bit of a headache. You got to do the inspections, make sure it's comply with the permits and policies. But once you get it in, your check comes in the mail automatically. So even Memorial, we have properties.
I know that I know the housing is very, very popular in the Harris County, Brazoria County, and some other suburbs out there. How is it in Fort Bend? Do we have that?
Well, you can only get it in Fort Bend if the agency that you work with allow you to port your voucher over. Fort Bend has does not have vouchers. Rosenberg, the city of Rosenberg, has a very small housing Section 8 department. But overall, and to go along with what Shah was saying, was that during the pandemic, if you had put your people on housing, you never missed a payment. which
That's true.
I
Very
never
true, because
missed a pay.
I'm also into Section 8, so
Right.
I know.
And everybody, and I think a lot of landlords are missing the boat because, I don't want those people. I don't want, it's too much trouble. I don't want to do an inspection. But the inspections are health and safety inspections typically. And so I find that most landlords do not want to go Section 8. And I will tell you, their realtor that is representing them tell them, you don't want Section 8. But like Shad just said, it's like the golden goose. They pay you every month.
You're not
The
missing a
tenant,
payment at all.
no, they've got 20,000 people on the waiting list. So
It's look.
Absolutely.
Since I've got a good taste of housing, as soon as my regular tenant leaves, it doesn't. Okay, by the way, I want to add something to it. Fort Bend, parts of Fort Bend and Katy is called partial coverage.
Okay.
It's called a Tier A and Tier A2.
Okay.
Tier A and Tier A2. They extend properties to even city of Sugar Land. They have a short list
Of zip codes.
of zip codes, and the Houston Housing Authority will cover those families that qualify up to 3, 4, 5 bedrooms. For example, we have a property in Sugar Land. By the way, if you have a property in Sugar Land, you have to be inspected by the city of Sugar Land first to make sure you are comply with Sugar Land regulations, and then the HSA. This is not a big deal. It takes 45 days overall to process housing tenants.
Right.
And sometimes you have to waive the deposit because they don't have the money. Sometimes they don't have good credit. You have to overcome that. Sometimes they have a background. But guess what? I'm in the business for making money. So you have to be flexible because you're going to get a check directly from the government.
Right.
Does it really matter? This guy has a 480 credit score.
No.
doesn't matter at all.
Doesn't matter at all.
Doesn't matter at all.
Does it matter? Well, depends. He went to jail felony 3 times. Depends if he killed somebody. How old is he, right? For example, I'm very flexible, right? So I have no vacancy. If the guy is 60 years old and he killed somebody in his 40s and he done his time, most likely, he paid his due, his charge going, he read Bible. I'm okay with that. I have several of them live in my properties. Matter of fact, I turned them to employees
Oh, wow.
because they're rehabbed.
Yeah.
And I have all my tenants, all my property managers are ex-convicts. And they're the best employee. My landscapers is ex-convict. He served 9 years for killing a man. And he's the best professionals ever I'll find, reliable man, doing all the landscaping contract we have across Fort Bend, Rosenberg, Richmond, Waller, all the way to Baytown and City of Houston. He does it all.
Wow.
He makes more money
That's a good
then
idea.
he said, man, I make more money than selling drugs with you. I said, exactly, my friend. Get on the board, you make money. So I'm just going to tell you, all my property managers are ex-convicts. They live on the property, they manage the property, and I pay them well. They get a free rent. So they don't have to do anything illegal. And they love and respect everyone. And I train them to be good. And, I'm in the business. I get a second chance in life.
This is
So I-
some
you know.
good-
It was
good
about
information.
redemption. It's about
Yeah.
redemption. And we've gotten where you can make a mistake and they hold it against you the rest of your life. And being able to have empathy and being able to say, I'm going to give you a shot at it. And they appreciate that. And they don't want to mess it up because you gave them an
The
opportunity.
landscaper guy didn't have a
That's
landscaping
very, very
machine when he
nice.
bought it. His
Right.
father bought him also like he likes you. You look like you guys gonna hit up pretty good. I said, why don't you start cutting this yard? And he came out good, and I gave him some money to buy his first lawnmower. Now he has a tractor. He has everything. He's like brother, right? And
Well, it
Wow,
will.
listeners, this is really nice. This is some good information that we're getting from these mentors here. Anyone that wants to ask any questions about investment portfolios or building your own portfolios for Section 8 or any type of investments in the residential properties or commercial multifamily, you may call in 713-974-4000. We are here for another
I'm with
45
my
minutes
mentor here.
to answer any questions on real estate. So please feel free to call in.
I would like to give you one other thing about Section 8. We've transferred from Section 8 rentals to Section 8 home ownership.
Wow. That's
So you can use your voucher, because I'm about building wealth
Absolutely.
and giving people an opportunity
to purchase.
to purchase. So
Absolutely.
you can take that voucher and buy a house with that voucher. And
Oh,
we've
really?
done lots of them.
How do you do that?
Well, depending on the zip code, as Shah said, it determines how much your voucher is going to be. I had a veteran who was disabled. He had 4 children. 2 was disabled. He had a voucher through the VA, and we sold him about a $400 and some thousand house out in Champions because he wanted his kids in a nice school. So he could afford the difference. So once you took that $2,500, $3,000 voucher out of his payment, he paid the difference.
Oh, wow.
So it gives him an opportunity to build wealth. We've had people who were living in their cars use the Section 8 voucher to go buy a house.
Wow.
And be able to do it. And then if you're using down payment assistance from the city of Houston, $100,000, $150,000, $50,000, they're able to use this money. So there are opportunities, but you got to want it. You've got to want it. And one of the things I'll share is that people who buy on Section 8 get off the voucher in 5 to 6 years. They've had surveys. And the reason behind it, they're stable. Their kids going to the same school. They can get a job. Everything becomes community for them because they're stable. So that's the other side of it.
So those of you, look, I have a waiting list for, there's something called VASH program, HHA, Harris County Housing Authority, HCHA, then Houston Housing Authority, right? There's a VASH program. There's a Montrose Women's Shelter program. There's a Baker Ripley program.
Wow.
There's a Salvation Army program.
So many programs that we don't even know about.
Yeah,
That's
there's a
amazing.
women's shelter, right? So I work with those second chance, battered women, homeless populations. I work with homeless populations.
Wow.
They come with nothing. They come with no shower, just a backpack in their bag, walk in from the bus to our properties. We give them the first meal. See, in real estate, it's not about making money. You're able to make an impact in people's
And
lives.
there's difference in somebody's life.
Yeah,
Right.
and if I'm able to get a homeless guy to one of our nice units,
Why
and okay, very nice. I mean, our properties, even it could be ghetto area, but our properties are nice in the ghetto, like the top properties, right? So this is why we have a waiting list, and our properties are recommended from the housing authority itself as a referral. They say, hey, go to this landlord. He's easy to work with. He's nice. He's fast. He processes things. He doesn't give us hard time. So you build a reputation with the agencies, managers, and you never have to worry about your pipeline. It's always filled, right?
It's always
It's
filled.
always filled.
Yeah. So you have to be nice, right? You have to respect them. From the homeless, because homeless tenants, they actually give you feedback to their case manager. How is your landlord? They do survey your landlords. And if you have a good rating, and you don't know this guy have a power to measure you, and so you just, so you have to respect from the homeless population all the way to the top of the food chain, because this is how you're supposed to run your business, respect. So if you ever want to be into real estate, first thing is learn truly, sincerely care and respect people. So can I talk about something?
Sure.
So Shad Bogany is running for this office, right? It's a
Absolutely.
non-political race, right? Why am I here? I'm not here today as a Democrat. I'm here as an individual in my own capacity, understanding how real estate made an impact in people's lives. And every time you're able to sell a home to a family, you just shelter that family and their well-being for next 20, 30 years.
Absolutely.
So this is an investment, right? As a realtor, have an opportunity to make a lifelong impact to someone's life.
Right.
So Shad Bogany has done that thousands of times. His mother did that before him.
Wow.
His mama started a real estate company.
My
It's
dad.
in the
Your
pipeline.
dad.
My
yeah,
dad.
Yeah.
The real estate's in your pipeline.
Yes.
So he's been doing for 40 years, right? He have done this to thousands of family able to prove over their head. So, and he says he's coming to the community. He's been serving community for 40 years.
Yeah.
Okay, look at his resume. He was an HAR president. He has a HAR, and then he has a TAR, Texas Real Estate Association. This is the biggest association in the entire world.
Wow.
He was the president of the organization. You have to be smart. You have to be talented. You have to be able to lead.
You have to have those qualifications.
Lead. We're
Right.
talking about lead the realtors in the entire state of Texas and represent that association to the NAR.
Wow.
So this is not like a Joe Blow can get on a TAR president. You can spend all your life, you never get on the board.
Wow.
It's a very difficult to get on it, and you have to be elected to get there, right?
Right.
So he has represented a very highly acclaimed, hardworking professional group to Texas, in Texas, which is the landscape is much bigger than the city of Missouri City.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So he's coming here with the bird's eye view, with a huge experience, to come to serve Missouri City, where it is the most vibrant city in entire Fort Bend County, and fastest growing, right? So someone like Shad, Bogany comes there, and the city council is going to create a serious impact because he has connections to the state, serving all those authorities, state level, and country. He understands the business, right? He knows all the top business guys in Texas, right? And all the financials entities that he had worked with.
Right.
He's going to bring all that housing experience in Missouri City.
I mean, I understand that being on those associations, you were even in the room when they were having that lawsuit with
Right.
NAR.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I'm in the
I
room
mean,
that
you
are
have to be up there in order to be in that same
Look,
room.
what is a
Right.
city?
You know, the lawsuit.
Is a city
So
is
absolutely.
is a part of section, right? And
Right.
township, right? What is a
Right.
township? You talk about real estate, talk about township. Made up of how many sections?
Yeah.
It's a city, right? It's part of a township. He has done the entire state, representing them well.
Yeah.
So now he's coming in to help Missouri City to take it to the next level. Yes, look, councilwomen like Monica Riley, Lynn Clauser, we have what's called Jeffrey Boney. They're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
But can they use another dynamic leader
Absolutely.
in their team to take them to do the next level?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And I believe that all of those council member and the mayor himself should come out openly endorse Shad Bogany because he is a valuable asset to
Yes.
he has been, and he will be that asset that take Missouri City to the next level. So by all means, if you're listening, my friends, if you're going to vote in the runoff, and you must vote in the runoff, because Shad has proven that he has the ability to lead large organization, professional organization. He has the leadership to work with people to build a team, whether it's a Democrat or it's a Republican. He is the candidate. So the election is early voting December 2nd through December 10th, and election day is Saturday, December 14th. This is, if you're living in Missouri City, this is an opportunity for all the residents and citizens of voters of Missouri City to come out to elect someone who has contributed tremendously to that growth. Not only Missouri City, but to all over the Harris County, Fort Bend County, and many counties for the last 40 years. I have never seen a candidate, I'm going to tell you something, this highly acclaimed and accomplished, and look at his resume. And I bet you his resume and a lifelong service to the community surpasses many currently serving on the board. It's not a popularity contest. Sometimes we elect people because of popularity contest, and politics because they're going to scratch my back, so I scratch yours. We really need to come out of that and elect someone who is qualified.
I see that you have quite some great things to say about Shad. Shad, what do you say about all this? What brought you to running for city council?
Well, I've lived in the city for 42 years.
Absolutely.
And what I've seen is that when I first moved to Missouri City, have you lived there? When I moved into Missouri City, they were probably on the same level as Sugar Land.
Wow.
And I watched how Sugar Land just zoomed.
Wow.
And Missouri City just kind of stayed stale. Moved a little bit. They made little bits and pieces, short gains. But the city, in my opinion, is run like a civic club. It's not run like a city. And when I say run like a civic club, you don't make decisions based on your personal beliefs. You make decisions based on what's best for the citizens of Missouri City. I have never been in an organization where I made decisions best for me. It was always about the membership or who I was dealing with or who I was leading. And I feel that I'm proving leadership. I want to take all my knowledge that I've built up 40-some years in real estate and take that and bring to Missouri City. I personally believe, I've been a citizen of Missouri City for 40-some years. They've never reached out to me about anything when it comes to housing or development or zoning or planning. And I'm like, you've got somebody here that knows all this. You've got somebody who can
Reach
pick
out.
the phone up and call HUD
Well,
and say that.
you're on our radio station, and we have maybe thousands and millions of South Asians listening to you. What would you like to tell them? And what would you like to tell them about
Why you deserve
running,
their
Why
vote.
you deserve this vote, and what will you do for them?
And
if
why
you
would this would come
receive
out
vote?
and energize the base?
Well, let me tell you why they should vote for me. I'm proven leadership.
You are.
Secondly, they're going to have a seat at the table with me.
Absolutely.
I'm going to answer the phone call. They're going to be able to come talk to me, and I'm not going to give you the city line. I'm going to tell you why I didn't do it and who stopped me from doing it. I'm going to bring them in. We need to be more inclusive, and I'll give you an example of inclusivity. As president of Fort Bend Housing Corporation, I called county judge and said, County Judge, I don't have anybody on my board that looks like you.
Wow.
You need to nominate somebody because I have an opening, and because I need to hear what he thinks, what his community thinks about what we're doing. And so what I'm sharing with Southeast Asians, that you will have a seat at the table with me. This is going to take a village to win this race. And I'm the person who's going to be there and speak out, say the right things. I'm going to listen, more importantly, on what you think we need to do. And we have a serious problem in Missouri City with small businesses.
Big time.
They're opening, they do the ribbon cutting, then 2 months later they're closed.
Oh, wow.
We've got to do a better job of helping our small businesses.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of rules. You can't have balloons. You can't have the little up and down blower thing that happens.
wow.
You can't do any of that in Missouri City. They need to look at those rules that they wrote 40-some years ago and relook at it and help the businesses become more competitive.
Right.
The key for me, for all your listeners, is that I want to make Missouri City a better place to work. I want to make Missouri City a better place to live and play. I want it to be a destination. We are not a destination. We are. Sugar Land has destinations.
Exactly.
We don't have any in Missouri City. So I want to change that, but I can't do it alone. I've got to build bridges with those who are already there, and I'm willing to work with them. I don't have all the answers, but I bring experience because I've helped develop communities all over the state of Texas. I bring that experience to help where I've been living, and I've just decided to stop complaining and do something about it.
Absolutely.
Missouri City.
I vouch that with you.
Thank you.
Listeners, if you guys are out there,
Just to
Missouri City residents, if you guys have any questions for our officials that's running for District C,
I think go ahead and share
in
your number
Missouri
to
City,
people.
please call in 713-974-4000. You just heard he's out there just to help the city to get better and create better businesses out there. And if you're a business owner in Missouri City, call in with a simple question.
Right.
He may be able to answer, and you may want to vote for him. Call in.
Good point. Go ahead.
Yeah, my number is 713-828-6075. That's 713-828-6075. I'll give you an example.
Just reach him direct.
They can call me directly on my cell. Congressman Al Green, when he's talking about housing issues, when he goes in the Housing Finance Committee, he calls me and says, we're dealing with this. What do you think?
Oh, wow.
That is the sort of, and I'm so grateful.
That is the respect that you're getting
from a congressperson.
Yeah.
And that says a lot. And I had the same way when Mayor Bill White was there. I've had the county judge here in Fort Bend has called me in and said, hey, how can we do better housing? And so I'm that person because I bring that knowledge, and it's never about me. It's always about the citizens. Yeah. I don't make decisions based on what's best for Shad because I'm not there for Shad. I'm there for the citizens. That's why they put you there. And I think, and I'll say this, and I mean this wholeheartedly, leadership is not for cowards. No. If you can't stand up, then you shouldn't be in leadership because sometimes you got to make hard decisions and nobody really understands why you're making this decision. Yeah. Then you got to explain to them why. Let me show you why this is going to be best for the city.
My friends, if you live in Missouri City and you're a pro-business, pro-growth, you have an entrepreneur, businessman who has done business for 40 years and own brokerage, sold thousands of residents, pro businesses. This is your opportunity to get somebody with this kind of talent, leadership experience, and personal ability, and connections for the cities that he's going to bring in from the state, from the national, all these connections the city of Missouri City can really use. This is your chance to make an impact, to vote for Shad. And look, sometimes runoffs are tough, and we're just tired of voting. We're just depressed right now for November 5. But listen, all politics are local. If you don't have your own city council, if you don't have your county commissioners, you don't have county judge, you don't have constable, then really you don't have any control of how your school board going to run, how your city is going to run, right? So rather than looking at Washington, we need to come out more for these local elections. So if you live in Missouri City and your friends and family live in Missouri City, please come out, vote for Shad Bogany. Give him a shot. What you got to lose? I mean, elect him, give him a chance.
Give me a chance, because you can vote me out the next election.
And if you don't like it, right?
Let's talk about Missouri City a little bit. How big is Missouri City? Do you have how much of a population is there for South Asian?
In the district,
a lot of South Asians are listening, so I just kind of want to.
So let me give you an idea of what I've researched about Missouri City District C, and I'll give you the area: First Colony, Riverstone, Sienna, Colony Lakes, Heritage Lakes, Heritage Colony, Sienna, Brightwater, the Lexington stretch there.
Okay.
It's a huge district. Most of the that's in D.
Okay.
Most of the commercial businesses in Missouri City are all in District C. So, along Highway 6.
Yeah.
And so the breakout of the community, it's 49% white, it's 20% Chinese, 20% Southeast Asian, 9% African American, and 1% Latino. That's when I was doing my research of the makeup. So it's a very blended district. And that's why I say, for me to win this election, I need a village to help me. Absolutely. I can't do it by myself. I can't base it on demographics. And everybody in those demographics will have a seat at the table with me, because it's about growing the city to the next level. And every organization I've been in, we've done better after I led it. None of them have ever went down. None of them have ever filed or closed down. All of them have exceeded as far as business goes. So Missouri City, if you're interested in things staying the same, then you're not going to vote for me. If you're interested,
change, vote for
Shad, you need to make the change.
How long is your term?
It's a 2-year term. Two-year term. And in Missouri City, I'll give you another example. You got Tang City. You familiar with Tang City?
Yes.
In Missouri City. They want to take originally was going to be a hotel. They want to turn it into condos. They've been waiting on the permits for months to convert that and make it condos.
Wow.
And they hadn't been able to get the permits. So my thought is, why hadn't somebody at city council come and said, hey, what's holding this up? Let's fix it.
Yeah.
That is what I bring to the table. I'm going to ask those questions to try to help. And that's what I bring to the table.
Bogany, Bogany, districtc.com. That's Bogany, districtc.com. So election is always tough. It's about turnout.
It's about turnout.
Who comes out, okay? And so this is a pro-business district. So if you guys listen, you get an opportunity. If you're in a business, you can open up the next hotel, open up a next shopping center, next car wash, next laundromat, next coffee shop, next hookah store, right? We have enough, but we can always use 2 more. Next bar, right? The BJ's Wine is, such a nice place.
It's a nice place.
And it's called Playboy.
You talking about the Throne?
Yeah, there's another one called Playboy bar.
That's the sports bar. They
The
just
sports-
opened up.
Yeah.
That is a nice bar.
That's
That-
on Highway 6
That
in
is
University.
owned by a
Murphy Road,
South
right.
Asian owner, right?
Right.
It's one of the very few places.
Playbook.
Playbook. Yeah, one by
Playboy.
Okay, Playboy. South Asian. I heard
Oh my
about it.
God.
So Playbook.
I think
Yeah.
that's where Fred's Democratic chair party was. Or something.
Yeah, that's where his
That's
party
right.
was.
I think I canceled and went to
skipping around.
BJ's. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the place. So yeah, nice place. Okay, it's by South Asian owner.
Wow.
So there's a Lifetime Fitness just came in.
Right.
But if you drive on, on Highway 6, going to Missouri City, there's a lot of empty land that still can be growth. You need more housing. You see what housing does is, housing, condos bring rooftops. Rooftop means people, mean consumers.
Right.
Most of your consumers are going to be your local. People from Sugar Land not going to go Missouri City to buy stuff.
No.
So people in Missouri City and extended, whether it's a county level, county or city of Missouri City, Houston side, that's all going to be the consumer of Missouri City products. So in order for the businesses to grow and sustain, they need to bring more residents from outside of Missouri City to come to live in the Missouri City. And only then we have consumers that able to consume those products and businesses to support. Otherwise, this is why the businesses are failing, because we don't have enough rooftops.
You don't have enough rooftops. And one of the things to keep in mind about Missouri City, it's very limited in land space right now. So you got to start talking about density. You've got to look at density and bring in condos, townhouses, brownstones, because you don't have enough land right now. And the reason those businesses are failing, because they don't have enough rooftops to support. If you go and talk to most of those restaurants out there, they don't live until dinner time, because nobody really lives in the city to support them. You've got to bring in rooftops, and you can't, you've got to get out of the box. And the other problem that Missouri City has, they've got 32 MUDs, Afrina. No city in the country has 32 MUDs, which has a reason for the tax base. And I look at how Sugar Land did it. Sugar Land combined all the MUDs, and they just blew. They grew. Low tax base, all of that. You've got to think out of the box. And what we've been doing is looking at the box and staying within it. And what I bring to the table is the thought of putting it out there, and let me tell you why this will work.
You got to fix the city bureaucrat, city operation process. Like you're enforcing the rules to the citizen and businesses to run the city, right? Now, this is very old system. 47 years ago, 50 years ago, someone wrote these rules. Some of the rules have changed. Now you have to evaluate the current technology and moving forward to the future. Right. What are the things we have to do to run the operation, city books, city logistics? The institution itself needs to be evaluated to see how it can be more efficient, more growth oriented, not just to slow down people to come in and make it too cumbersome for any business to ground up. Right. So if you do that, then what happens? Businesses comes, rooftop comes. Permitting process make it easy for the citizens, to developers, to invite the developers to come in and say, you know what, help me build this town center just like you did in Sugar Land. And
it needs to be character. Instead of building these huge big strip malls, let's do something with character, something with a lake, something with restaurants around it, and housing part of it.
Yeah,
you've got to kind of open it up and give it some character. What we're seeing right now is big strip malls. And what I'm saying, I want to be a point of destination. No one's coming from Sugar Land, no one's coming from Pearland to come to Missouri City to shop. But we all go to the town center in Sugar Land.
Why
we all go to the town center.
You need a Missouri City town center.
Right, exactly.
All
the all come there.
Football player, Lake Olympia, Siena. We have a lot of people with lots of money. The African American money base. There's a lot of money in Missouri City, some parts, right? They're very wealthy people in all color race. Okay? So if you can use that rather than having their money go back to downtown, or go back to Galleria,
right?
Or go to Uptown Park, right? You can have a place where we want to go, Missouri City, and hang out.
As long as you have the right leader in place, I think everything is possible to make it that way. As I said, and then I wanted to ask also, you, Haleem, you're also a MUD director, correct?
I am a MUD director, yes.
For what?
MUD 35.
MUD 35. Which district is that?
It's the Fort Bend, MUD 35, yes, ma'am. And I'm also, we just had a HO election.
Okay.
And let me tell you the story, okay?
Are you a director right now
as the current director? My term ends in 2026.
Okay.
And we are very conservative, right? I question every single thing they want to bring in. They want to raise this. They want to, because our districts are very, very rich. Tax base is huge, right?
Absolutely.
So HOA wanted to raise their $30 million budget to $350,000. So I went to the budget meeting and asked them, show me this $500,000 increase nobody showed up. Only 4 of us went. I took 3 of my candidates that want to run and myself. So I said, can you show me the documents to back up these increases? The HOA board didn't have anything. And there was a budget approval meeting on the agenda. I said, then they retracted. Oh no, this is just a budget discussion and feedback meeting. The agenda just doesn't say that. He said, so now they all got scared. They realized that we didn't want to, unprepared. So I put it on our forum. Then said, look, this is what happened today. The budget was this and that, and they all got, it started attacking us.
Yeah.
But we just step back. Then the election was about to happen in 3 days.
Oh wow.
So we're going door to door to collect the proxy ballots, absentee ballots.
Yeah.
Guess what? They did the election. They canceled the election. They closed out the clubhouse. Yes.
Wow.
They said that some of the ballots came back are 40% voidable. So now, how did you know the ballots are voidable if you did not see the ballots? Oh, we didn't see it, but the management company saw it. This whole thing was just really ugly and criminal, right? But anyhow, it's because they have the power, so they moved the election to a month later, November 21st. Guess what happened? So they made all these rules. So we had all this conference call with the attorneys and the candidates to understand how we're going to clean up this mess. Guess what? All 3 of our candidates won the races.
Oh, they did.
Yes. So now we have 3-2 in the board. They're going to start in January. So what happened when you get involved in your community affairs, you get to know. So I request all the citizens and voter base of Missouri City, you start coming to this, city hall meetings and HOA meetings, and understand more about where your money is going. Because if you don't fight for your money, it's going to keep going out to wrong places. Yeah. You have to oversight, no matter what. Just don't elect someone and say, okay, you run it. No, you got to keep a check on that person, make sure they're doing right by, putting your best interest first, not the developer best interest, not the mod best interest, not the agency's interest, your interest. If we don't do that as a citizen, then this is our fault.
Right.
And electing the wrong person is even worse.
You said Mud 35, right?
Yes.
What area is that in
So Fort
Burbank?
Bend is 7 Meadows and it's
Meadows.
part of West Cinco Ranch West.
Oh, Cinco Ranch Fans. Okay.
We have 2 South Asian on that board. I was the first South Asian in the history to be on that board. After that, we got somebody else on it now. So we have a next election 2026. So now have 3-2. We have good balance where we have dialogue, we review contracts, make sure it's all good. We have a pretty decent board, very educated board to discuss things, and very conservative. You want conservative business people on the board.
And how much time is needed to be a MUD director?
You have
Just
it's an,
in
it's
case
a,
if,
it's an
we have
election.
listeners that are listening, they
This-
want to get involved.
This is an election, so if you live in a mud, you have to ask them when is the election, and you apply.
Okay.
And it's elected position. It's not like a
Elected
given. So you have to go
position,
ahead and file it and have an open election. Mod controls the way the election run like HOA.
Yeah.
There could be someone's garage, or it could be someone's living room. It's election. Our election happened in a garage of someone's, but we had to hire the proper people.
Right.
We had to hire the oversight committee. We have to have the driveway, make sure it's handicapped. Listen, HOA and MUD and LID, they don't want you to know there's an election, okay? Because they want to control that money.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have to get involved.
Yeah, you have to get involved. And so many of us do not go to HOA meetings, don't go to LID
Is
meetings.
city council any way involved in any of these MUD, LID, HOA or anything?
Not really. Not only if some issue is there
Right.
and they bringing it to us to sit and talk about it. And so I noticed the other day, and this is a perfect example in Missouri City, they gave McDonald's $200,000 for renovation of their restaurant on Cartwright Road.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, okay, this is a multi-billion-dollar corporation
Yeah.
who owns the land plus the building,
Yeah.
and you gave them $200,000. I've got all these small businesses who are struggling out there, and they had it on consent agenda, where to me, when that one citizen came up and spoke against it, they should have taken it out and explained themselves to the rest of us in the room. They did not. They voted it on this consent agenda. And more than likely, the reason McDonald got the money because of the rules that were written that if you own Cartwright or 2234, they're trying to bring these back to life. So they're allowing them to update the businesses.
Gotcha.
But what should have been talked about is that if you are a multi-billion-dollar corporation, you shouldn't have even been able to access that money. They should have put a revenue on that money that coming in. And I have nothing against McDonald's.
Yeah.
What I'm sharing with you is that they don't think business. And I'll share with Shah. One day I was at a meeting with the realtors. The mayor of Sugarland was there. And he said, you know what makes our city run real good? Everybody on city council is a business person.
Exactly.
Everybody on the council. And it dawned on me. You know,
Wow.
yeah, and he said it. I didn't say it. He said that everybody,
That's right.
they
It's a
all
small
business
business
people.
owner.
Right.
It's small business
That's why
owners.
they make decisions the way they do.
Businessmen,
wow.
business
Yeah.
people make the
But
efficient.
again,
yeah.
a business-minded person being a leader, I would expect them to make wise decisions on how the community is run.
Yeah.
So, which is, I mean, just like Trump. Say, for instance, Trump may be bad for immigration and other, but economy-wise, business background, our economy has always been up to par, and it's been ahead. But every time we had someone else, it's gone down.
Well, I'm not going to talk about anything
I
good,
was just
good
saying
about
because
Trump
this is just my
because
2 cents.
you know he
Again.
just he.
I have a
he-
thought
Everyone,
there, but
everyone
I'm
doesn't
yeah.
have to agree.
Yeah, so it's a
This is my 2 cents.
non-partisan show. So no comment on that except that
I was
his-
just speaking of business background.
yeah,
not
well,
just
I know
just
he could
Trump
be
itself,
business, but
it
I
was
think
just
the only
a thing that I just
person he's
noticed.
going to make money is for himself and his friends.
Of course.
Right.
But besides that, coming back to Missouri City
Yeah.
races, right? We're a very small city, but it's growing. We have a great opportunity to make a big difference, right?
Yeah.
I have properties in Missouri City. I may live in Katy, but in Chesu Drive, in Briargate, we have had this property for a long time, and we have multiple properties in the city of Missouri City, and because Section 8 it covers it.
Oh, Section 8 covers it.
Houston
good.
Housing
I was just
Authority
gonna ask that.
covers
Okay.
it. It's called
Because
partial
it's in Houston.
partial coverage. The same 2-bedroom, and I was getting like $1,100 on a market, and I'm getting $1,500 as because of housing.
Yeah.
And guess what? Who's renting? A housing employee, because she saw my list. She go like, "Hey, can I rent you a place? I work for the housing authority."
Oh, wow.
I said, "Sure, it's yours." So it's not even most of them are through our management companies that we have, so they just contact them, right?
Yeah.
And so this is the opportunity we have. Like I say, I never have to go back. We never have to go back to check on them because they pay like before it's due, right? And we never check their credit or the background because the color of background is green to me because housing paying. So I don't even know some of this. 90% of the people I never met.
This is a great business to be in.
Yeah.
Well, and I will tell you from a realtor side, it is harder to rent somebody something in this city or in Fort Bend
Yes.
than it is to sell them something, because a lot of the landlords now are asking for 650, 700 credit
Yeah,
scores.
absolutely.
And I'm like, if I had why would I be renting if I got a 650 credit
Exactly.
score?
I hear that.
I don't
a
even
lot.
ask
Renting
that.
It's a slow down a
And
lot.
Yeah.
listen, if you don't have the hearts or a mindset to take a risk, don't follow my policies, okay? I have one of the worst credit tenants, worst background, and 99% of my tenants are African American, and a lot of them are homeless, okay? And I never met them, and I don't need to meet them. All I know that my money is guaranteed. And
Comes
this-
in every month.
generating money, so I just have to make sure
Thanks
that
to
they follow
housing.
the rules.
Right.
And so listen, we provide temporary housing for some of these people. Some of them are rapid housing. It's for 12 months to 18 months contract. They're not, some of them are different race, like Caucasian, Hispanics, women, single women. They're coming in from the street because they're battered. Their husband kicked them out. Their boyfriend kicked them out. They are nowhere to go, right? And their credit has been compromised.
So
So
when you get these kind of people approach you, and you
I don't
get
even
them,
know them. They come through agencies.
how do you set them up?
I mean,
Do you-
agencies does that, right? So
agencies.
agency come to them, they have a voucher, and so they will
You
contact
just
us.
refer them.
They
to the
refer to us,
agency?
and we don't meet them, and I don't
Oh.
have time to
Okay,
see
so
them.
they go
So
to the agency first. And
yeah,
then
yeah,
they
and
go
they'll
to-
contact, and
Okay.
we just say, you know what? Okay, just submit the voucher, your ID or app. We process it, and it takes about 3 weeks to 4 weeks. I mean, I don't even know 90% of these people, right? They don't know me. I don't know them. I don't know what they look like. They don't know me.
Right.
But we're running a business, right? And so we make sure they're respected. They, we keep their property clean, outside, inside. Make sure everything gets fixed. We don't have any deductible. We don't charge anything to break. They break something, we go fix it. We don't say why you did this and that. No, just go fix it because your cost is more if you aggravate them.
Yeah.
So better just go in there,
Right.
fix it up, move on down the road,
That's
cut your loss,
Good
move on.
mentality.
And if you don't fix it and you tell them you're not going to fix it, then it stays. So when they move out, it's worse than what it
Worse.
was if you took care of it in
You
the
gotta go
beginning.
easy
We're
on
end
people.
Of our time right
Yeah.
now, gentlemen. If
Thank
you
you.
like, our listeners are listening. What is one thing you want to put out there for them to listen to?
December
Right, guys.
14th is voting day for the runoff. I can't win it without the village coming to vote for me. Early voting is from December 2nd through the 10th. And if you want things to improve in Missouri City, you're going to vote for me. If you want to keep things the same way it always been, you're going to vote for my opponent. It's about the citizens. It's not about me. And I just want to bring all the knowledge that I've brought to the real estate industry, and I want to bring it home to help my city be better.
Great.
Thank you.
Good to know. And Shah.
Look, I'm here in my
Piece of
personal
advice.
capacity to come in and endorse my mentor, our mentor, who has done so much for these communities in Fort Bend, Harris County, in Brazier County, Matagorda County, housing, TAR president. So Missouri City has an opportunity to elect an entrepreneur, a proven leader who has worked with hundreds of professionals, thousands of professionals in the state of Texas, and legislatures, elected officials. He will bring all that contacts into Missouri City to make Missouri City better. So if you're living in the District C, this is your chance to elect a businessman who is going to be very easily accessible to you. He will listen to his concern, and he has contacts and knowledge and understanding to make a difference. And I'm sure he'll be a great addition to the Missouri City, to the board, and to the team, and to the city itself to make it to the next level and help the team that we have now. So please give Mr. Shad Bogany an opportunity for next 2 years.
Absolutely.
Trust me in my judgment if I humbly request you to come out vote for him. Because if he does not do what he's supposed to do, you can vote him out in
Vote
2
him out.
years. You got nothing to lose, right?
Right.
So give him a chance. I appreciate it. Thank you so much again for voting for Shad Bogany.
Thank you. Thank you.
Listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. 99.5 FM, Dabang Radio, and tuning in with Dabang Power Hour today with Shad Bogany and Shah Haleem.
Thank you so
It was
much
a
for
wonderful
having us.
conversation.
Thank you.
I really
Thank you
enjoyed
very
it,
much.
and I hope you listeners out there enjoyed your time listening to
We
us
can talk
today.
more about housing and share more knowledge. Trust me, we've done it, and we
We've done
need
it
to
all.
grow.
Thank
build
you
the
so much
business.
for listening
Yeah.
to us. Hope to see you guys next week, Tuesday, 1 to 2 p.m. Listening to